guys. Long time no see. I haven't been on for at least 6 weeks. So today's going to be a different video. I'm going to be letting you know what I've been doing for the last 6 weeks and actually the last 10 months, what's been going on. Just like I said, you know, life as a senior, the good, bad, and the ugly. So stay tuned to hear about my journey. So anyway, I'm glad you're back with me, and I've missed you guys. So I thought I better get on. Yes, lots of things have happened, and so today's going to be a different video. We're not going to do any makeup or skincare. We're just going to have kind of a chat. And I hope you stay with me because I know so many of you out there have been through the same things that I have been in the last 10 months or so. So anyway, let's get started because it's all not, like I said, it's good, bad, and the ugly. But I think the ugly, let's get that out of the way right now. Last October, my husband was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's large cell B lymphoma. And, you know, you've been with somebody for 54 years, and then all of a sudden this comes up. You just, you know, we don't feel our age, but it was quite sudden, and it was quite having to go through. I don't know if any of you had gone through this, the treatment for non-Hodgkin's, but, you know, leave it in the chat to kind of share with people what you went through. But anyway, through all the 6 chemo treatments and all that, he is doing very, very well. And so he's in remission, so we're hoping that we can keep him there. And so what we've been doing last month, let me give you a little showdown on my family. There's six children in my family, and 2 sets of twins and 2 singles. And we range from 70 to 82 years old. And I'll tell you what, we're all in wonderful shape. Well, we got to, I have 2 sisters in Tucson, Arizona. They live at the Morena Highlands up there by Dove Mountain. And we visited with them so much. Well, they had a big remission party for Lynn. So we went last month and spent a week in Arizona. And I'm going to show you some pictures. I know if you're bored, just kind of scroll through this. But we had the best time, and it's so beautiful there because they're higher up actually than Tucson is. So I'm always looking for the mysterious javelina. I'm the only person that's never seen a javelina. And we go on the golf course rides every single night, and I'm looking for those javelinas. Well, I haven't been able to find one. I think they all hide when I come to town. So anyway, we had a nice party for Lynn. Lynn's my husband, at the clubhouse, and it is just wonderful to see everyone all together. And I have 2 brother-in-laws. Out of the 6 children, 3 brother-in-laws have been in the game for over 50 years apiece, between 50 and 60 years. So they're like brothers to me also. So there were 4 sisters down there, and my other sister, actually the 2 singles, and the set of twins, the younger set of twins. One of them came down from Boise, where she lives, and spent time with us, and her 2 children came, and we were at the pool. It was beautiful. Oh God. And all the cactus flowers were blooming. It was just so gorgeous. You know, you get out of Nevada and you see something like that. Oh, I just love those. I can't say the name though. Saguaros. Because I just think they're all my friends, and they all have it's like people all over the desert. I think they're so neat. But we went Greek food, and my sister Susie, whose house we stayed at, she's an RN. In fact, she just retired the 1st of June, and she had every day planned out. She is the best cook. And of course, she always has to make my favorite, and that's flan. So anyway, I just can't tell you how special we are to have all of my siblings all healthy. And then I had, as I said, two of them weren't there. The other set of twins, my brother and sister. But I got to spend time with them in Hawthorne, and that's where we were all raised. Hawthorne is between Las Vegas and Reno, and it's the largest ammunition depot in the world. And that's what we did when we were kids. Our parents worked civil service making bombs, both when we first got there for the Korean War and the Vietnam War, and so we were always thought we were going to get bombed. But it was a great place to grow up. We all had the best childhood. We have a Walker Lake there, and it's been going down from the drought for years and years and years. But then this year, we've gotten so much rain. It's still raining here. I mean, we've got flood warnings, but I'll tell you, we're up probably 200%. So it's beautiful, and that lake is filling up, and I'm going to try my girlfriend has 2 kayaks, and so we thought we would go down there and try that, see if I don't drown myself. But anyway, that was our trip to Arizona. And then we got back, and then my hometown celebrates Armed Forces Day, the 3rd weekend in May, every year. And we never miss, because coming from a small town, all your friends are there. And they go home, and you have reunions, and it's just always just a big parade. And our sea serpent, I'll show you a picture of our sea serpent. The old tales from where the serpent was out in Walker Lake. But what was also nice about that weekend, it was my sister is Jody and Cuddles. Those are their nicknames. James and Donna, like my mom. But it was their 60th class reunion, and we went out. There is a beautiful estate, Barlow's Ranch, out at Walker Lake that overlooks the lake. And our friends, it's been in the family for generations, and it's just beautiful. Well, a good friend of ours that owns it, he built this gorgeous man cave with all remnants from Hawthorne, like the U.S. bar and the wood from the bowling alley, and everything it was just all kind of recycled with the community, and it was so beautiful. So it's a real nice venue, and so that's where their reunion was at. And after we left my party, I have a party after the parade for the class of 69, and so we can all get together, because we're dropping like flies. I hate to say that, but we lost 3 people just this year, and our class was only a little over 100. But anyway, we went out to the Barlow's Ranch, and just picture this, a beautiful rainstorm, thunder showers, and peacocks running everywhere. Well, it was wonderful, and I'm going to put up some pictures. My brother my whole family's been in the music business. They had my parents when we were kids. They would play in all the honky-tonk bars, and my mom sang, and my dad played every instrument. And my poor brother started drumming when he was 12 years old, and he's still in music today. Well, he was there doing the music for the reunions. It was so beautiful. He doesn't live by me, and it was so beautiful just to see him playing his music, and how creative and good he is, and with the computers and all that, what he could create with the computers. It's just, I can't play you his music, because I'd probably get hit with a copyright. But anyway, I'll share some pictures again for you. And so that was a great weekend. Now, before that, I came down with like bronchitis. and I don't usually get sick ever. But I thought the beginning of the week that it was like laryngitis or allergies because it's been really crazy here. And by the time I got to Hawthorne, I was feeling awful and I couldn't even talk. I had just terrible laryngitis, but I was not going to let anything rob me of that weekend and being with my sister and brother, which I wasn't with in Arizona. So it turned out to be great. Got home, was sicker than a dog, spent 3 days in bed, and of course I kind of needed it. And in the last few weeks, just getting my voice back. Pardon me. So I could do this video. I've had a couple people say, "Hey, where are you? We haven't heard from you." So anyway, that was very, very special. And one of the other things that has come up that I think we're all faced with as we become seniors. I mean, you don't even necessarily, my nose is itchy, have to become a senior, but I know I've mentioned, for those of, I better say this, for those who are just joining me, I'm Kathy with Beyond 60, and I've been an esthetician, makeup artist, and fashion designer for over 40 years. And I decided to start this channel to share my knowledge and my experience because really it's amazing out there, the misinformation that you follow. So that's why I started this channel, but thank you for joining me today. So back to my stories. I think I've mentioned that I have macular in my left eye, and I started that, probably about 5 years ago. It's wet macular, and for those of you that have it, leave some comments down below to kind of share your experience with that. So I wasn't responding to the shots in the eyes, so they put me in a clinical study. And that clinical study was injecting gene therapy in that eye. And it's been over 3.5 years, and I've been a success story. In fact, it's in its last stages of being finalized before the FDA approves it for treatment. And if I wouldn't have done that, I would have been blind in my left eye. And so anyway, I've got some challenges. I've had to quit doing some things because I like painting nails, because I paint cuticles. I just, because when you have macular, it's that direct spot in the middle that is causing the problem. But when I got back, I went to the doctor. I have to be checked all the time. Found out it was starting in my right eye. And so it was very, very early. So they started treatment. And in fact, if this eye looks a little bit bloodshot, it's because I got a shot in it yesterday. So, these are things that come up. I mean, aging, we've got backaches and we've got neuropathy, all these things that come up. But, we just need to keep a good smile on our face. And I'm so happy that I was able to spend this wonderful time with my siblings. And so fortunate to have them. My mom, she lived till she was 96, 97. We're all Norwegian. So you live, and so did my grandma. They're all from Duluth and Minnesota, they say, and then my father died. He died in his late 70s, but we sure miss him. And so, like I said, we all have close relationships, and I'm very fortunate for that. So if you still have siblings that you're so close to, leave me a chat down there. But anyway, I wanted to come on and leave this quick video on what's been going on. And like I said, senior citizens, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And just talk about, some of the things that we've been through and why I haven't been on camera. But I've got so much coming up, because being off, I've been making plans. I've got one I'm going to record tomorrow, And that's going to be on Jane Iredale's bronzers, the dry bronzers. They're absolutely beautiful. Well, I'm going to take one and I'm going to use it everywhere. I'm going to do an eye look. So you can just take, let me get my, this is what I'm going to be using. And that's all the colors I'm going to use on my eyes, my cheeks, everything. I'm going to do one look with that. So that might be kind of good for a good summer look, when you don't want to put on a lot of stuff or haul a bunch of stuff with you, your eyeshadow palettes and stuff. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. And then the most exciting thing that I have coming up is I have been in a case study, and it is on a product called Adipeao, Adipeao. And this has been in the making. It goes back where Shiseido started studying fat pads because that's basically how we age. Our fat pads just kind of disintegrate and everything drops down and so forth. Well, I started using this product that Evan Galantin came out with, and I'm going to do a video on it and hopefully have some good before and afters, because when I started, I'm kind of late in the game. I'm 72, so there's a lot of before and afters that you can actually feel. I think the most that I've seen it has been the lines in my lips. And I'm getting a little bit, I have some work that needs to be done here. This is fat pad related, but I just want to share with that. And the little technology that's behind it is as much as I can tell you. I'll leave links to all his white paper and the clinical trials on this product. But as you know, I don't ever endorse anything until I've used it for at least 4 to 6 months. And I have clients that I use that too. So I have my first order coming in that I'm going to be starting some clients on their case study. So we'll take pictures, and every tube that we go through, we'll take another picture so we can start our own before and after. So that sounds exciting. So if you're just joining me today, or you're just back to see my face, my 72-year-old face, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell, because I've got lots coming up, and leave me a comment about some of the things I talked about today, because life is, you're going to have death, but we certainly don't expect it. I certainly didn't think that Lynn and I would be faced with a cancer. This came out of the blue. And he went through it like a trooper. And I praise God for that. I praise God and all my friends who prayed for us. But anyway, thank you so much for spending this time with me.